Our last video was of the greenhouse after this 7-day trip with 2 friends to a cabin on a small island in the Broughton Archipelago. We go to the Broughtons because, as Mike says, it's where my heart sings. We launched our boat in Telegraph Cove, a 19th century coastal telegraph station that had a historic boardwalk community, is a popular base for whale watching and grizzly bear viewing, but it had a significant fire in December 2024 that damaged its boardwalk and some of the heritage buildings. They're now in the process of rebuilding. We left there and made our way across Johnstone Strait and to the cabin that we rented, where there was limited cell service and no distractions other than those of nature. We had fog and misty mornings, most mornings, which were actually spectacular. We got to see sights like herons fishing on the rocks right from our deck at the cabin. And there were some spectacular moments of revelation as the fog drifts or lifts and you see islands or mountains or whales or birds that you couldn't see moments before. There were kayakers transiting in the fog. And it was just wonderful having our morning coffee on the dock and just enjoying the views and enjoying each other. Spent a fair bit of time in our Boston Whaler exploring around the Broughton Archipelago, the little islands, some of the channels, visiting places we've been before and places we hadn't yet been to. There are spectacular views just even looking into the kelp forests or going for a walk on the land. We went to Echo Bay, and Billy Proctor's book, Full Moon Flood Tide, talks about these steam donkeys that were used in the early 1900s for forestry. And so we went for a walk in the woods to have a look at these old steam donkeys. Billy Proctor recently died at 90, but he had lived in the Broughtons his whole life, making a career as a hand logger, commercial fisherman, and he became a beachcomber and a collector of sorts, and he had a museum in Echo Bay. We also took the whaler over to the Birdwood Group Conservancy. Wonderful grouping of little islands with amazing shell-midden beaches. We had a picnic lunch on shore, gave Maggie a rest and some beach time, and then set off again to explore. We're always cautious and aware as we're on the land, because it is both grizzly and black bear territory. We did see some lovely young bears. They were getting their morning feed at the low tide. We listened to them as they were eating small crabs, rolling rocks and eating the small crabs underneath. This young bear seemed to have a raven as a friend, was sitting right by him. We headed out in the mornings, even though there was fog. We were very cautious and kept close to shore, but set off to do crabbing and prawning and fishing. And this one day we ended up with a skate in the crab trap, something we've never had before. We actually had quite a hard time. It was challenging to get the skate out of the trap. It took up most of the trap, and they have a spike on their tail, so we had to be careful not to be injured or try not to injure it. Thankfully, it swam away and looked just fine. We had fun and many good laughs fishing for chinook and rock cod. Our friends who were with us are not experienced fishermen, so it was a lot of fun teaching them how to reel in chinook salmon or to net them. And we had a wonderful harvest and beautiful dinners.
I was not expecting them over there.
Many of our whale viewings actually came not even just in the whaler, but when we were actually at the cabin and on shore and just watching the whales rub on the nearby rocks or just feed in the little bays. These whales were transiting in and rubbing on the rocks, and we just sat back and enjoyed watching them. It's always so hard to predict where the whales are going to surface next, and it's part of the joy, surprise of it all.
And then you see the little fish jumping.
surprising too that the cruise ships pass through these waters.
He's coming back.
We feel privileged to have had such a close-up view, and yet we're on shore knowing that we're causing no harm to the animals. I can't help but wonder if retirement is going to give us the gift of time that's going to allow us to witness more moments like this.
Further out, yeah.
The whales are amazing and humbling and exhilarating. And then we had quiet, peaceful moments back at the cabin. The beautiful sunsets. Going for walks on the beach. Or enjoying a glass of wine with the beautiful scenery. We had some fabulous dinners right there on the shore, feasting on our day's catch and just enjoying some really great time to reconnect. We're making sure that we're enjoying the present and having adventures, and yet at the same time, we're looking forward to all the various new adventures to come and looking forward to the next chapter.